Eagle Court of Honor for Ryan DeFulgo, Jonathan Law, and Ryan Shue. If everyone can be seated, please. Thank you. And to start us off, I'd like to introduce the pastor here, and Nod, to give us the benediction. Or excuse me, this is the invocation to start out with.
If we could bow our heads and prepare for a word from the Lord. Dear Lord, we are so thankful to be gathered here today on such a fine Sunday to celebrate the fine accomplishments of these fine young men. We are privileged to have watched their growth over the course of their years and their time here in Scouts and Troop 542, and we are blessed as fellow Scouts and adults to have partook in their growth and their personal development. Lord, we ask that you be with us today as we celebrate their accomplishments. And Lord, we ask that you remain with them when we walk out these doors and today's ceremony has been brought to a close, and that you guide their decisions, and you guide their vision, and you guide their choices as they carry out their lives, doing you proud, doing the Scouting movement proud, and doing your kingdom proud. We pray these things in your name. Amen.
Wow, great invocation. Thank you very much. That was George Harris, for those who didn't realize. I would like to introduce next Senior Patrol Leader and Eagle Scout Matthew Gregg to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everyone, please rise. Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Would all Scouts former current please remain standing for the Scout road? Scouts last. I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
Thank you, Matthew. And next, I'd like to introduce Chuck Bolger, who is our unit commissioner, but he is also the commissioner for Council Service Territory 13, so the highest ranking volunteer in the region from Pennsylvania through Connecticut. Oh, Connecticut, Rhode Island, okay. And he will talk to us about the Eagle Bowl.
Thank you, Dr. Hotchkiss. Good afternoon, everybody. I was going to take this and walk around, but since it's all set, I think I'll just stand here if you don't mind. First of all, you three guys, on behalf of Crater Liberty Council, the Executive Board, and myself, my sincerest congratulations on this wonderful achievement. While I'm at it, I'm looking at moms and dads, there's a little bit of smiling going on down there. Congratulations to you folks, too. Right now, I think you guys are feeling some satisfaction, a little bit of pride. Back to you three guys now. I have a feeling you're feeling a bit of relief. It's done. I was an Eagle Scout that earned it at 817 and 364, 365th, so I know the sense of relief when you finally get in and get done. What I want to do for a second is see if I can speak to your future selves. I'd like you guys to keep this in mind for 10 or 15 or 20 years from now, when I think maybe the impact of this Eagle Award will start sinking in a different way from a perspective of time. So what do I mean by that? Well, Eagle Scout is a very individual achievement that absolutely cannot be accomplished without the support and assistance of everybody here. Your immediate family, your blood relatives, and your Scout family. And that may be something you haven't thought of at the moment and don't think of a lot, but this is your family. This troop is your family. These older folks in these uniforms, your leaders, they're your family. And in the context of that family, it's where maybe you first learned about self-awareness and self-reliance and self-control. It's where you first understood your place and the place of yourself in the family, in society. And that, I think, invariably leads to discovering your self-worth. Here's a secret about scouting. You don't have to be the biggest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the smartest or the fastest. You don't have to be any of those things to succeed in scouting. You need two things. You need dedication and you need perseverance. And those, coincidentally, are the two qualities that any human being can develop over time. And the fact that we have so many of you that either are striving for or have achieved Eagle Scout, I think proves the point. But you can't do it alone. I want to come back to this Scouting America as a big family. Because I think in these days, in these, what some people perceive as troubled times in America, Scouting America, I think, is the last best hope. We're the Big Ten. We welcome everybody in Scouting America. And the fact that we finally realize that there's no reason why half of our population should not benefit from the character development and team building and leadership that we instill in our youth is to our credit, I believe. But here's what I think, and here's what I ask you guys to remember. The world needs a whole lot more of friendly and courteous and kind. We need to be a people that helps other people at all times, that recognizes our duty to others, and puts our God before ourselves. This is what scouting is about. This is what Scouting America represents. And as Eagle Scouts, you guys are the top. Congratulations once again, and thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. And next, I'd like to introduce Art Siegel, our Scoutmaster, who will introduce the Eagle candidates.
I'd like to call Eagle Scout Matthew Gregg to escort Ryan Hiffelgo to the front. And while Ryan is coming up, I'll give a little introduction. Ryan began his scouting journey when he joined Cub Scout Pack 408 in the fall of 2014, as he was recruited by fellow Troop 542 Eagle Scout James Murphy. Ryan joined Troop 542 in the spring of 2017. While here, he earned a total of 41 merit badges, and he will get his 4 palms later today. His favorite merit badges were shotgun shooting and law. He has held multiple leadership positions, including quartermaster, patrol leader for the Eagle Patrol, assistant senior patrol leader of logistics, senior patrol leader, and junior assistant scoutmaster. Ryan was inducted into both the Order of the Arrow and the Brotherhood of OA. Ryan enjoyed many camping opportunities, often being the fire starter for the campfires. His favorite trips were going to Resica Falls for summer camp, as well as attending the high adventure trips. He went to 3 high adventures. He went to Philmont in 2022, the National Jamboree in 2023, and to Sea Base last summer. Those 4 experiences, summer camp and the high adventure trips, were his most favorite memories while in Troop 542. For his Eagle Scout project, Ryan led scouts making exterior improvements to Fort Washington Fire Company. He cleaned up multiple flower beds, planted some trees. And this work made the landscape a tranquil place for the firefighters and community to be proud of. Ryan graduated from Upper Dublin High School in June of 2024. While there, he is a proud member of the marching band, the guitar club, and UD Swing. He was selected into the Montco Honors Band. Ryan is currently working as a carpenter. I asked Ryan to share what he is most proud of about his time in Scouts. He described how the troop switched to meeting online during the COVID pandemic. But in his most humble way, Ryan is most proud of how we've come out of COVID and rebounded back to our previous schedule, and feels that the path ahead for the troop is even better. When asked what words of wisdom he has to share, Ryan said, "Don't sell yourself short. I know you've heard it countless times, but if you are determined to achieve it, you can." I had doubts myself on whether or not I would ever get Eagle, but here I am. It's not easy, but I can tell you I don't regret the second I ever spent to get here. Please welcome Ryan Lithgow. Will Eagle Scout Matthew Gregg escort Eagle Scout Jonathan Mott to front? Jonathan began his scouting journey when he joined the troop in the fall of 2018. He earned a total of 28 merit badges, earning 1 palm along the way. Jonathan's favorite merit badge was archery at summer camp, as he got to see how he improved over the course of the week. He has held leadership positions of librarian, instructor, and patrol leader of the Eagle Patrol. Jonathan was inducted into Order of the Arrow in April of 2024. Jonathan was recruited into the troop by his cousin Gary. As a result of this, many of Jonathan's most enjoyable moments in Scouts came when the two got to be together. Jonathan's most fond camping experience was the second gourmet cooking trip, when he got to cook alongside his cousin. He was a regular at summer camp at Resca Falls. Though he initially struggled being away from home, Jonathan came to really love those experiences, hanging out with his scout friends. As previously mentioned, his favorite merit badge was earned at Rustica on the archery range. For his Eagle Scout project, Jonathan refurbished a trail at Valley Center Park in Huntington Valley. The trail is used frequently by local community members for jogging, hiking, and walking their dogs, and they now have a newly renovated trail to enjoy their daily activities. Completing this project was Jonathan's proudest moment in Scouts. Jonathan graduated from Lower Moreland High School in June of 2024. While there, he was a member of the school orchestra, and outside of school, he was a member of a local band. Jonathan is currently a freshman at Drexel University, where he is studying software engineering. When asked what words of wisdom he had to share with the Scouts, Jonathan said, "Focus on having fun while climbing the ranks. Scouting is all about having fun and making friends while learning leadership skills." Please welcome Jonathan Mott. Eagle Scout Matthew Gregg, please escort Eagle Scout Brian Shue to the front. Brian began his scouting journey when he joined the troop in the summer of 2019. He earned a total of 33 merit badges, earning 2 palms along the way. His favorite merit badges were electronics, nuclear science, and cooking. He has held various leadership positions, including assistant instructor, lead instructor, troop guide, assistant scribe, and scribe. Brian was inducted into Order of the Arrow in May of 2023 and the Brotherhood of the Order of the Arrow a year later. Brian has enjoyed many camping opportunities and attended 3 high-adventure trips, including the same 3 that Ryan did, backpacking through Philmont, the National Jamboree, and sailing through sea base in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Brian's favorite memory in Scouts was hiking up Baldy Mountain at Philmont with his crew. He described it as a fun but challenging experience. For his Eagle Scout project, Brian planted and mulched 55 trees at Franklin Park in Maple Glen after they were destroyed in the tornado caused by Hurricane Ida. He is proud of this project because of the positive effect it has on the community, providing shade, reducing flooding, and helping to mitigate global warming. The hours of planning and physical work at his project made this Brian's proudest moment of his scouting career. Brian is currently a junior at Central Bucks South High School and will graduate in June of 2026. He has been a member of the football and tennis teams and is active in his school's chemistry, API, and coding clubs. After graduation, Brian hopes to attend college, where he plans to study mechanical engineering. When asked what words of wisdom he has to share, Brian said, "Attend as many camping trips as possible, because they are all a fun and unique experience that you won't be able to experience again." Please welcome Brian Shue.
Thank you, Dr. Siegel. Next, I would like to introduce Guy Frick, our advancement chair, and he'll introduce the Scouts for Trail to Eagle.
Thank you, Arlen, and good afternoon. Today we're here to recognize these three young gentlemen who earned the rank of Eagle Scout, the highest achievement in Scouting. And I want to personally congratulate Brian, Jonathan, and one of my favorite scribes, Brian, on accomplishing the Eagle rank. Very proud of all of you. To reach the rank of Eagle, they first had to successfully complete the requirements for 6 other ranks. To help you appreciate the journey to Eagle, we asked members of Troop 542 to come forward and describe the rank requirements for each rank. We'll start off with the initial rank in Scouting. Representing the rank of Scout is Gavin Shue, who is currently a tenderfoot. We're going to actually just say about that. So, Gavin, go ahead, please.
To become a Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by understanding and agreeing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and an outdoor code. Show our intention to participate in Scouting by joining the troop. Learn some Scout skills including repeating the Pledge of Allegiance, demonstrating the Scout sign, salute, and hand clasp, tying a square knot, describing the elements of the Scout badge, and completing some exercises with my parents on permission of child abuse.
Thank you, Gavin. Great job. The next Scout is Kyle Line, who will tell you about the tenderfoot rank.
To be a tenderfoot Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by memorizing and beginning to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. To learn about my patrol and become active in it, participate in Scouting by learning about my patrol, attending meetings, and attending at least one camping trip where I slept in a tent. I pitched myself and helped cook one of my patrol's meals. Learn some basic Scout skills relate to outdoor safety, camping, cooking, knot tying, hiking, display of the flag, physical fitness, basic first aid, use the edge method to teach a skill.
Thank you, Kyle. Well done. The next is Tyson Lee, who will tell you about the rank of second place.
To become a second-class Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Participate in Scouting by attending 5 meetings and a total of 5 activities since joining. Learn some additional Scout skills related to care for the outdoors, camping, cooking, mapping compass, use of a knife, axe, and saw, fire building, hiking, participating in a flag ceremony, wildlife identification, basic swimming and swimming safety, and intermediate first aid. Participate in a school or community program related to substance abuse. Earn some money and save a fortune. Show community service by participating in a service project for at least 1 hour.
Tyson, thank you. Great job. Next is Kyler Lee, who will tell you about the rank of first class.
To become a first-class Scout, I had to show the Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Inviting someone to join the troop. Participating in Scouting by attending meetings and a total of 10 activities, since joining and demonstrating the Leave No Trace principles. Learn even more Scout skills related to finding directions without a compass, orienteering, nutrition, food storage, food handling, and cooking. Serving as my patrol's cook for an entire weekend. Learning the duties of a citizen from a public official. Wild plant identification. Making a project using ropes and lashings. Swimming and water safety, and advanced first aid. Learn about internet safety and cyberbullying.
Well done. Thank you very much. Up to this point, the Scouts are learning basic skills, such as first aid, cooking, and knot tying. With the star rank, the focus changes to more advanced skills, with leadership becoming even more important. Justin Kahn will tell us about the star rank.
become a Star Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, model, and outward code. Participate in scouting by being active in the troop and my patrol for 4 months while first class scout. Learn advanced skills by earning a total of 6 merit badges, including 4 from the list required for each. A typical 6 merit badges for a Star Scout will be swimming, citizenship in the community, life-saving, family life, basketry, and leatherworking. Show community service by participating in a service project for at least 6 hours by our first class scout. Demonstrate leadership by serving the troop for 4 months in an approved leadership position such as assistant patrol leader, librarian, historian, or den chief.
Thanks, Justin. Nice job. Our next rank is that of life. This is the last step before Eagle, and the requirements are even more difficult. Jacob Nagler will tell you what it takes to reach this rank. Where you go?
To become a Life Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outdoor code. Participate in scouting by being active in the troop and my patrol for 6 months while a Star Scout. And learn advanced skills by learning an additional 5 merit badges, including 3 more from the list required for Eagle, so that I had a total of 11 in all. A typical 5 merit badges for someone progressing in life to learn might be camping, first aid, citizenship in the nation, computers, and golf. I also had to use the EDGE method to teach a younger scout several of his or her requirements, show community service by participating in another service project for at least 6 hours while a Star Scout, and finally, demonstrate leadership by serving the troop for 6 months in an improved leadership position such as assistant senior patrol leader, scribe, quartermaster, or patrol leader.
Thank you. Great job. Finally, Scouts reach Eagle rank. Our Eagle Scout representative, Chris Greenberg, who received his Eagle rank in 2024. He's held leadership positions of quartermaster, assistant senior patrol leader, and junior assistant scout master.
To become an Eagle Scout, I had to show Scout spirit by continuing to live by the Scout oath, law, motto, and outward code. Participate in scouting by being active in the troop and my patrol for 6 months while being a Life Scout. Learn advanced skills by earning an additional 10 merit badges, including 6 remaining from the list required for Eagle, so that someone completing this Eagle to earn a merit badge might be citizenship in the world, communications, cooking, personal fitness, environmental science, personal management, small boat sailing, engineering, model design and building, and atomic energy. Providing service to the community by planning, developing, and giving leadership to others in a service project helpful to a religious institution, a school, or community. Other scouts from the troop provide a source of helpers and projects which typically take a total of 200 hours of effort. Demonstrate leadership by serving in the troop for 6 months with an approved leadership position such as senior patrol leader, scribe, assistant senior patrol leader, quartermaster, or patrol leader.
Thanks, Chris. Again, well done. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the complete Trail to Eagle as represented by Troop 542. Behind them are 3 young men who climbed that long trail and have reached the goal of Eagle Scout. You're now welcome to come forward and take pictures. Scouts in the front row, if you could please squeeze together a little bit, and please smile. Thank you. Trail to Eagle Scouts, you may now be seated.
Eagle Cadets, you may be seated, and everyone up on the front, you're welcome to be seated as we will start the Trail to Eagle video next. Seated. Please be seated.
Land
And while they're going forward, I would like to offer my personal congratulations to the 3 Eagles today. I've had the pleasure of participating in all the high adventure trips with them and Eagle projects, and my hearty congratulations to all 3, Brian, Jonathan, and Brian, on becoming an Eagle Scout. All right, so now we get to hear from some people that are going to speak on behalf of the 3 Eagles today. And first, we have Alex Baumstein, who is Ryan the Fogo's uncle.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm honored to have the opportunity today to speak to you all about my nephew, Ryan DeFolco. I have, of course, known Ryan for his entire life. I've watched him grow from a small child to the thoughtful and genuine young man he is today. Over the course of his growth, Ryan has taken the time to focus on developing his character. And so it was no surprise that he joined the Scouts. He recognized in the Scouts an excellent guide for becoming the type of man he has worked to become: strong, productive, and there for others. Through spending time with his family and with the Scouts, Ryan has developed a strong appreciation for nature, the outdoors, and an understanding that we as people thrive when we can connect with healthy natural environments. He has taken the time to build those connections, and I see that continue to grow with him still. Loyalty is part of the Scout law that Ryan particularly embodies. Many teenagers distance themselves from family and friends, flitting around among relationships. That's not Ryan. He greatly values and invests in loyalty among those close to him. Ryan is stalwart, type of man you want with you in the trenches. Ryan has a great focus and curiosity for all different aspects of the world, so much of which catches his attention. Some of my favorite times with him have been nerding out together on science and technology and policy topics. Anytime I get a chance to dive into a conversation with him, I leave having learned new things. Ryan's journey to become an Eagle Scout is in some ways similar to the other journeys he has taken in life. Ryan's life hasn't been the easiest. He has had to overcome great personal difficulties to make it to this point. That he has kept going forward through all of it shows the grit that he has. That grit is going to take him far in life. Sorry. This is one of the first of many accomplishments we're going to see from Ryan in his adulthood as he continues to come into his own. As his uncle, I feel lucky to have been able to watch him develop these ethics, develop this character, and enjoy many moments over the last nearly 2 decades. Thanks for giving me the chance to speak about Ryan today. I am really, really proud of you, Ryan. And I just also want to give you a huge and very well-earned congratulations. Thank you.
Next we'll have Eric Lee, also uncle of Jonathan Moore.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Eric. I'm honored to speak here today about Jonathan at his Eagle Scout ceremony. While I've held many titles throughout my life, one of the greatest titles being Jonathan's uncle in this case. I've had the privilege of watching Jonathan grow up for over 10 years, and what continually amazes me is how he embodies the values of scouting in this case. When we talk about leadership, responsibility, and character, it's clear to me that Jonathan doesn't just memorize his value, he lives by them. Every single day, whether he's at home, at school, or in the community, Jonathan is the epitome of what it means to be a true scout. At home, Jonathan is the embodiment of the scout law. He has a heart full of respect, responsibility, and love. He doesn't do the right thing because he has to, but he does it because it's who he is. Whether he's lending a hand with his parents when they need help, or being the kind of older brother that Justin and Jalen can look up to, Jonathan takes on every role he breaks. He even takes the time to make sure I'm well fed whenever I come to visit. There's something incredibly special about how Jonathan always steps up, never asking for anything in return. Jonathan is the son, the brother, and the nephew that anyone could be proud to have. At school, Jonathan's a quiet leader. He doesn't need to be loud or boastful to inspire those around him. People look up to him not because of the words he speaks, but because of the way he lives his life. He's always eager to help his classmates, not only with schoolwork, but also by offering encouragement when others are struggling. One clear example, during the isolation and challenges of remote learning amidst the pandemic, Jonathan took the initiative to form a band. He brought people together through music, lifting their spirits and helping the community find joy again. They played at local events like Java Jam, spreading hope and healing in ways only Jonathan could. His ability to bring people together, whether through life or in music, demonstrates the loyalty and kindness that is at the heart of Scouting. In this community, Jonathan's commitment to serving others is something to behold. I had the honor of seeing this firsthand when I helped with this Eagle Scout project. Now, I would not typically be motivated to spend my Saturdays moving mulch from one mountain to another, but Jonathan inspired us with a determination that kept us going through rainstorms and long hours. It wasn't just about getting the job done, it was about his unwavering spirit and his refusal to quit no matter what. Even now, as he starts his college journey, he's already thinking about how he can serve others. His aspirations become a civil servant, and a software engineer speaks to the heart of who Jonathan is, someone who wants to make the world a better place for those around him. So in conclusion, as I stand here today, I just want to summarize. Jonathan, you're everything we hope for in a Scout. Your character, your compassion, your sense of responsibility, you are living proof of what it means to be a leader. You are a remarkable young man. I'm so proud to be your uncle. I would like to conclude with a quote by John Shedd that inspired me years ago, and hopefully it inspires Jonathan and the other Scouts as well. A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Jonathan, we all love you, and we can't wait to see the incredible things you accomplish. Congratulations all again to the Eagle Scouts. Thank you.
Next, we'll have Ian Smith, who is the physics teacher at Central Bucks South, talking about Brian.
Good afternoon. It's my honor to speak on Brian's behalf. And even though I've only known him for 1 year, it's easy for me to relate Brian's conduct at Scout Ball. Brian's been a student in my AP classes all this year. But I met Brian last January when I proctored his Algebra 2 final exam. This was the first of many times I've seen Brian take an assessment. When he does, he's locked in, completely focused on his own work. Never eyes straying, always focused. This is just one way he shows me that he's trustworthy. During that first meeting, and every day since, Brian has always been friendly and respectful to me and his classmates. Brian enters class, he greets me kindly with a smile, and when he leaves, he always thanks me. During class, Brian stays attentive and participates consistently by asking and answering questions, regularly making meaningful contributions. He behaves this way regardless of where he sits or who he's near. Anytime I ask for help, Brian is willing. The most remarkable aspect of Brian's strong academic performance in my class is that he took this calculus-based AP class before even completing calculus. In fact, Brian doubled up on math last year, taking Algebra 2 and then pre-calculus so he could take AP Physics this year. He's the only student in his class pushing himself this way. Despite this disadvantage, he's earned an A all year. Brian's Eagle Scout project, planting 55 trees, shows how he values looking after the environment. Looking after the environment is looking after the community. I share this value with Brian. Though with a bad back, I can no longer dig holes and plant trees, so I really appreciate the work that he's done. As an athlete, Brian has done a good job taking care of himself, gaining strength, and maintaining his fitness. As was said earlier, he's a member of the South football team entering his tennis season that has just started. I'd expect when he's a senior next year, Brian's coaches would consider him as a captain, as he consistently leads by his example. I'd like to close by sharing something that happened in class just this past week. I think it speaks to how Brian lives according to the Scout Ball. The boy that sits right next to him made a funny but somewhat disrespectful comment about me. While I found it amusing and realized I'd set myself up with a comment, I noticed Brian didn't laugh, not because he lacks a sense of humor, but because he holds himself to the high standards that are expected of a Scout. He shows composure and maturity. Brian has a real sense of right and wrong and acts based on his personal values. I'm lucky to have him as a student, and I'm proud of the young man he's becoming. Brian gives me hope for the future. Congratulations, Brian.
presentation of the awards. Eagle candidate Ryan DeFolgo, please escort your parents to the front. Eagle candidate Jonathan Long, please escort your parents to the front. And Eagle candidate Brian Shue, please escort your parents to the front. And now I'll ask Scoutmaster Art Siegel to present the Eagle medals and awards.
First thing is the Eagle Award itself. So, Ryan, for that hard work Mom did. Please present her. And her bed. For that. And Ryan, I'm going to read your Eagle trophy. Ryan DeFolgo, Troop 542, achieved rank of Eagle Scout September 5, 2024. Congratulations. Jonathan, here's your Eagle Award. All right, after her hard work, please. Jonathan, your trophy and your mom. I'll read the trophy. Jonathan J. Ma, Troop 542, achieved rank of Eagle Scout August 29, 2024. Ryan, here's your award.
because Mom learned so well with her. Good for Dad. And Brian, I'll read your award with your 2 comps. Brian H. Troop 542, achieved rank of Eagle Scout August 28, 2024.
Eagle candidates, please escort your parents back to the pews. First, Ryan. And return to the front after you do that. Go ahead, John. Please come back up to the front. You can leave your trophies. There you go. Stay there. All right, we have a couple of troop traditions. So we can see in the front plaques with all of our Eagle Scouts throughout the history. I believe we're at number 208 or 209 right now. And so, first of all, Ryan DeFugo, can you please remove the tape from the Eagle plaque with your name on it, and then move your name from the rank board from Life to Eagle. Great. Be seated up here. Oh, question, sorry. Let's do mentor pin next. Yeah, Jonathan, you can do the same thing. Remove your tape from the plaque and good. And then the light block to the eagle. That's good. All right. And finally, Brian, if you could do the same. Move the tape. Reveals your name. Fantastic. Next we have the presentation of the mentor pins. That's one more pin here that each Eagle candidate will give out to somebody that has mentored them throughout the Eagle process. Ryan goes first.
I would like to present my mentor pin to Mr. Brian Kohler.
Jonathan, could you please tell us who your mentor pin goes to?
I would like to award my mentor pin to my cousin Gary Wang.
Go ahead, Jonathan, if you want to say something else.
For guiding me and getting me to join the troop.
All right. To tell us who your mentor is.
This person has motivated me throughout my entire scouting journey. He pushed me to complete all my Eagle bird badges and my Eagle project when I didn't feel like doing it. And it's one of the reasons why I got Eagle so early. This person also provides transportation for all the troop meetings and camping trips. My mentor is my dad.
All right, Eagle candidates, if you could please sit up here next, and I'll reintroduce Dr. Art Siegel to give the Scoutmaster Challenge.
So guys, congratulations again. On behalf of myself, the troop committee, and the entire troop. It has taken a lot of hard work for each of you to reach this point, but here you are. Today we celebrate the accomplishment you achieved. Ryan has started working in his chosen career, Jonathan is a freshman in college, while Brian will be finishing his junior year of high school and college only 1 year off. New challenges will await you as you continue to grow in those new environments. I look forward to doing great things in the future. But before you go off and do these great things, we get to recognize your accomplishment. What did it take to get here? In your first year, you learned knots, lashings, basic first aid, and math skills. As you grew, you took on more challenging tasks, such as earning merit badges and teaching younger scouts. You have held positions including quartermaster, instructor, patrol leader, librarian, scribe, assistant senior patrol leader, and junior assistant scoutmaster. Through these positions, you have managed the troop equipment and courts of honor, planned campouts on the troop calendar, and taught scouts of all ages various skills. You navigated your way through planning and leading your Eagle Scout projects, learning the paperwork and maze of proposals, reviews, approvals, and reports. And despite all of that hard work, you had fun doing it. And so, while earning your Eagle may feel like the end of the trail, it is really one step in a much larger journey. You have joined a brotherhood of Eagle Scouts, a brotherhood that few attain, including myself. You have now something in common with astronauts, Nobel Prize winners, Olympians, Academy Award winners, and a president. We don't know where your journeys will take you, but your time with Troop 542 will help prepare you for all that lies ahead. Scouting has given you the Scout Oath and Scout Law. You will forever be an Eagle Scout, so you must continue to live your lives by these two guiding principles. With the Scout Oath, you have promised to do your duty to God and country first, your duty to others second, and lastly, your duty to yourselves. In the Scout Law, you have promised to be trustworthy, loyal, and helpful, friendly, courteous, and kind, obedient, cheerful, and thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. As an Eagle Scout, others will be looking up to you to fulfill this oath and law well into the future. And so I come to my challenge for you. I challenge you to not let the hard work and dedication to your years in scouting simply be lost or overshadowed by the difficulties you may face. Remember, the hard work and dedication of your years in scouting can help you step out of your comfort zone and do great things. This will not always be easy and will be difficult at times, but I believe you are ready. Ryan, Jonathan, and Brian, how do you each answer this challenge?
All right, to respond, first, Ryan DeFugo.
Thank you for this great honor. I accept your challenge to live up to the Scout Oath and law for the rest of my life. The values we've learned in scouting are not just words we recite every Monday, but a way of life, and I'm committed to carrying them forward as I grow and become part of the world beyond this group. As a scout, I've learned the importance of being trustworthy, loyal, helpful, and kind. And further on, but we've already heard those words, so I won't repeat them again. The Scout Oath and law have shaped my perspective on how I interact with others and approach life challenges. Whether it's lending a hand to a friend, keeping my promises, or standing up for what's right, I know these are lessons I can carry with me every day. While working on my law merit badge requirements, I interviewed Philadelphia police officer Jim Roach. I spoke with Jim about his responsibilities and duties, and at the end of our conversation, he offered me a challenge. He gave me the Philadelphia Police Department's Homicide Unit's Challenge coin, with the condition that I had to work to getting the rank of Eagle Scout, and once I achieved it, the coin would be mine to keep. And I stand here before you, having honored and completed that challenge. I've been fortunate to be a part of something that promotes responsibility, leadership, and service, and it has had a lasting impact on my character. Whether in a difficult situation or everyday interactions, I've learned how to make decisions based on the values we hold dear, and I will continue to do so as I move forward in life. One of the biggest things I've learned in scouting is that being a leader doesn't mean just being in charge. It means helping others reach their full potential, and that's something I want to continue doing for the rest of my life. I intend to give back to my community, support those who need it, and always be someone who can be relied on to do what's right, even when it may be difficult. So I accept this challenge with enthusiasm and commitment. Thank you for helping me become the person I am today. I look forward to continuing to live by the principles of the Scout Oath and law, not just for today or tomorrow, but for the rest of my life.
The Scoutmaster Challenge.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Mott, and I accept the Scoutmaster's Challenge. I'm very happy to stand up here today as an Eagle Scout of Troop 542, and I would not have made it this far without the support of my friends and family. I would like to thank everyone for helping me come this far in my scouting journey. When I first started this journey, I was in 6th grade. I was very shy and had trouble talking to people and making friends. That's when my cousin introduced me to the Pine Tree Patrol and its friends in it, and it helped me learn more about friendships and how scouting is one big family. I slowly opened up and became more comfortable talking to other people and people outside of Scouts, and I soon moved into the Eagle Patrol, where I learned more about leadership and other responsibilities, and became a patrol leader myself. And boy, was it a learning experience. I had trouble adjusting to the position initially, but I eventually got the hang of it. Scouting has taught me many things over the years, and I wouldn't have learned skills necessary like communication, friendships, how to work in a team, or how to plan a big project like my Eagle project. And I don't see myself forgetting these skills in the future. Even now, I see myself applying what I learned from scouting. Recently, I taught one of my friends how to do his physics homework at school when he was having trouble. And no matter where I go and what I do in the future, the Scout Oath and law will be there to guide my way. And I hope that I can set a good example for people at my school and in my workplace in the future. Thank you.
And finally, Brian will respond to the Scoutmaster Challenge.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank all of you guys for attending our Court of Honor today. In the summer of 2019, I joined Troop 542, and little did I know how far the scouting journey has come. At first, I didn't like camping, and I didn't know anyone. but soon I made many friends and participated in numerous camping trips and scouting events that shaped who I am today. Over the past 6 years, I've learned invaluable survival and life skills, from building a fire to tying a bowline knot to orienting a map and compass. Taking leadership positions in Boy Scouts has further improved my leadership, communication, and time management skills. Skills that I know will serve me well in every aspect of life. I memorized the Scout Oath and Law when I first joined, but over time, I realized that these principles apply to daily life. They are more than words we recite. They are values to live by. Today, I'm proud to be receiving the highest rank in Scouting. Dr. Siegel, I accept your challenge that comes with this new rank. I promise I will live up to the Scout Oath and Scout Law during and after my Boy Scout journey. I pledge to continue learning, leading, and serving my community. To all the younger Scouts, I encourage you to complete the Trail to Eagle. It's a path filled with challenges, but also with unforgettable experiences and lifelong lessons. I've made countless memories while being in Troop 542, and I also hope that you can participate in one of Scouting high adventure trips because they are truly life-changing. Thank you.
All right, now it's my pleasure to introduce Kang Yup Nam, the pastor at Supply, and not an Eagle Scout, but a Scout. That if you came to our Scout Sunday service, you'll know that he talked about that during the sermon to give us the benediction.
Well, welcome to Supply. Anytime you've been here, I'm sure. And this is going to catch the leadership behind me by surprise, but I have a little bit of speech prepared, I suppose. First, the word benediction. It's just a simple Latin word meaning good word. And I have many, many good words, especially in this company, august as it is. First, my apologies for having missed. I came just a few minutes after we started, so I am so sorry. And I ask for your forgiveness for my lapse. But much, much greater than that, and more important than that, I thank God for all of you. All of you. I don't know where you are in your spiritual journey, but the Spirit is one of those words, like the Scout Oath and Law, that we have some sense of, but cannot nail down in the world of the material universe we live in. I thank God for all of you, parents, family, friends, mentors, Scouts, very early on your journey of life, and especially the leadership in the Scouting world here at Supply, who are molding you and helping you find your path according to the Scout Oath and Law. And I thank the parents. It is right that the Scouts, especially at Eagle Rank, know how to honor their parents and the mentors. And it is a great honor for you all to be here, for us to be an honor to be able to host you as you recognize the great achievement. I'm so impressed with the Eagle Scouts. I never reached, they didn't come close. But I remember being in Scouts, always looking up to them, always. And looking at my meager set of merit badges, thinking, I'll never get there. But we moved away, that's another story. But it occurs to me, just sitting there, reflecting on all my experience of Scouting and everything you've said, and I hope the photos and perhaps the video will be on your website to share with the world your accomplishments and joy. But the word physics came up several times, including when it was honored among us. I mean, it was Einstein who, at the age of 5 or 6, discovered wonder. And he was given this, I believe, by his father. And as he hiked, he noticed that everywhere he turned, this compass would point in the exact same direction. And as a young boy, he realized there's something acting on this thing that is invisible, intangible, but just as real as anything I know and can see and testify. And so, you know the rest of the story with Einstein. Spiritual journeys are somewhat like that, and somewhat like the Scout Oath and Law. It's not really so much as it is out there, as it is something within us that brings this wonder, and is something you carry with you always. And I've literally carried, I have a plaque in my basement with the Scout Oath on this. And I hope not just you Eagle Scouts, but all of you learn that there is something intangible, invisible in life that is just as real and important that keeps us pointing in the right direction. And with all that said, I'd like to offer a blessing. After all, good word means a blessing. You are already blessed, but now, may God, who is the God of love and peace, hold you all, that you may continue to mentor, guide, and inspire young children, especially these boys, in our sphere of life. May God, the God of all knowledge and wisdom, grant wisdom for your journey, not only for skills to learn, even the leadership skills that you have mastered and continue to refine, but guide you with wisdom to know good from evil, right from wrong. Very, very difficult to do. Yet, you will find it in your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to all the mentoring voices that will keep with you within. May the God of service drive your passions. We're here in this vast, cold, dark, silent universe to learn from each other, to hold each other in love, to walk with each other, especially in Scout. As you can, as you teach one another, as you have fun and goof around. Don't play that yourself. Know that you're growing in wisdom. God bless you all.
Thank you, Pastor Don. I want to thank you not only for giving the benediction, but for the incredible blessings that we all enjoy here at Supplee. This is an incredible home for not only Troop 542, but also the Girl Troop 541. We get the use of a church bus and van without any additional charge, and to have the support of this church community behind us is just an incredible gift. So thank you very much for all the things that Supplee provides us. Now, it's time to bring to a close this Eagle Court of Honor, and I'd like these three incredible leaders to come forward and form a line down here to have you all receive them at the end. Come on down. And so this is our last tradition, and we'll ask when they're down here for Eagle Scouts to come up first and congratulate these three excellent young men. And then everyone else in attendance can come by and congratulate them. I will mention that after we close here, there will be a reception in the fellowship hall, and hopefully everyone can join us for a little food and fellowship there. So thank you very much again for attending this Eagle Court of Honor, and have a good rest of the day.